It's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy with a quick question. Have you downloaded the Black Primacy app yet? If you haven't, don't worry about it. I just wanted to remind you that it is the number one way to find Black owned businesses near you. Whether you're looking for food, fashion, or services, we've got you covered on this app. So download it now and start supporting Black owned businesses in your area today. All right? Link in the description.
Welcome back, everyone. For years now, a battle has been brewing over student loans. Former President Joe Biden trying to give millions of borrowers a clean slate, but faced legal hurdles. And now the Trump administration is taking a different approach, requiring repayment for some borrowers and even reconsidering programs meant to shorten the window. So what could this mean for your own student loan debt? ABC's Alex Perche has more.
I'm not even worried about student loans because I couldn't pay for my medications last week.
Mackenzie Johnson is one of the roughly 9 million Americans behind on their student loan payments.
In a perfect world, I would love to be able to pay my loans. I genuinely would love to be able to pay my loans comfortably with the money I make from one job and also pay my rent and also be able to afford groceries and medication.
Now under the Trump administration, Johnson could soon feel the pinch in her paycheck. For the first time since COVID, the federal government is resuming collections on defaulted loans, which means they could potentially garnish borrowers' income tax returns, Social Security, even portions of paychecks if loans aren't paid.
Has this impacted your credit already?
Not yet, surprisingly.
Mackenzie graduated from Rutgers Camden in 2018. She has roughly $65,000 in student loan debt. Crippled by disability, she was unemployed, but just recently she landed a job.
So I went on unemployment forbearance, and as soon as I came off unemployment forbearance, all of the income-based repayment plans were paused.
Now that she's employed, the federal government wants her to make $400 in monthly payments under a basic payment plan. And that's on top of $400 a month of loans she owes to a private lender. In total, that would mean a third of her monthly income going to student loan repayments.
How long do you think you can keep up at this pace?
I mean, I am not keeping up. We just gonna keep praying and seeing, because that's just about all you can do right now.
It is chaos right now.
Chaos because there have been so many changes in recent months for borrowers. In February, a federal court injunction stopped many income-driven repayment plans, but in late March, income-driven repayment plans became available once again through the Department of Education. But servicers are still updating their systems to process applications, creating a backlog. And in the midst of this back and forth, the Department of Education, responsible for the $1.6 trillion loan portfolio, is actively being dismantled by the Trump administration. The president has said that he wants federal loans handled by the Small Business Administration.
The Department of Education also had previously shut down the application for income-driven payment, which meant that a lot of borrowers couldn't recertify their income. And for a lot of borrowers, especially those who have lost their job recently, they didn't have the option to have their payments recalculated based upon their new income.
Are there some tips that you can provide for borrowers to help make sure that their repayment plans stay intact?
StudentAid.gov is the central repository of their federal student loans, and will tell them where their loans have been assigned to, and will allow those borrowers to then proactively reach out to those servicers. Take screenshots both of their StudentAid.gov accounts and also their servicer accounts. The last thing I'm going to suggest is that every single congressional office has constituent services to help their constituents when they are dealing with problems with the federal government. And of course, these are federal student loans. We're encouraging folks to reach out to those offices right now if they are experiencing problems.
Student loans can be difficult to navigate even for those who can afford to pay. Jacqueline Green has been a consultant for an NGO and is part of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program that was started under President George W. Bush. The program rewards public servants like U.S. government employees, firefighters, nurses, and some working in their nonprofit sector with loan forgiveness, as long as the employees make 120 consecutive student loan payments and work at least 10 years.
When I found out about the program, I thought, okay, this is an opportunity for me to breathe financially and get closer to the American dream. You want to go to school, you want to have a good job, you want to buy a home, have a lasting impact in your community, in your family. Like, that's my version of the American dream.
But another change under President Trump's administration, the NGOs she works for may soon be ineligible for student loan forgiveness.
This administration can't unilaterally take it away without an act of Congress.
But
But it is under threat, and so borrowers need to be prepared to both document what they've done, get those employment certifications in as soon as possible to ensure that they are able to get their time counted.
Jacqueline is on year 7 of working for this NGO, 3 years away from potentially having her loans forgiven.
if your eligibility were to go away, or if they were to drastically change the requirements for the program, does it feel like a promise not kept?
I'm just playing the waiting game, and I'm hopeful that my student loans will be forgiven.
Studies show Black women are the most educated group in the U.S., and according to the National Center for Education Statistics, they have more student debt, $39,000 on average for undergraduate education. The average for student debt in America is nearly $29,000. For Markenzie, she believes she'll have to go into more debt before her financial situation improves.
At a certain point, it's about what you want. I've always known the only way that I am going to level up financially is going to be a higher level of education. I will be going back. Yes, one day I will be Dr. Markenzie Elise Johnson with student loans, but I will be educated and better able to navigate this mess.
You say the only way is up,
It's the only way.
even if it's walking up that mountain.
Yeah, even if it's crawling with my teeth. Where else I got to go? I ain't going down.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out the other content that we have on this channel. But before you go, I wanted to remind you again not to forget to check out the Black Primacy app. It is the best way to connect with Black-owned businesses near you. They need your support. We need your support. Link in the description.